Welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Nordy. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this kid's journal using a gift bag for the cover. Now, the gift bag that I have, I've had it for about 3 years. My sister used it in a gift that she brought for my daughter. And so I'm not really sure where she got it from or the brand. All I know is that it's not paper thin. This is thick and smooth. It feels really nice. My husband even wiped this whole thing down with alcohol and it didn't even ruin the finish on here. So you know it's wipeable, it's very sturdy, and I think this one's gonna hold up really nicely. Now for the inside, we did line it with textured cardstock. I was gonna coil bind this whole thing to hide the coil in here, but this paper didn't hold up with the coil binding, it tore. And so I went ahead and decided to make this a removable, refillable journal cover. We're gonna have a pocket in here as well to add some goodies. And we do create a pocket back here to slide that chipboard into to hold this journal in place. Okay, so if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay, so to get started, you're gonna need 2 pieces of chipboard. Mine measures 7 11/16 by 5 1/4, and the spine is 1 inch by 7 11/16. But you can always do whatever's gonna fit within the paper that you cut. So whatever size book you need. The paper, I have that cut down to 9 1/2 by 12 3/4. Okay, now I've already taped the back of all my chipboard. Okay, so now that we got the tape on all of our chipboard, we're gonna go ahead and start placing that. And we're just gonna do our best here. Just eyeball it. You want about a 1/2 inch from the sides, and then just try to even out from the top and bottom. And then whatever this first one is, you are just going to line everything up to that one. Okay. And I'm doing about an 1/8 inch of spacing in between the spine and the covers. And just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Just press that on. I'm just using my Cricut roller. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape my sides here. Okay, so now that you got your tape on the edges, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut out these V notches just where these spaces are. And then on the corners, I'm going to cut at a little bit of an angle, and then an angle again. And I just want to leave about 1/8 inch space from the corner here. And I'm going to do that to all 4 corners. So I'm going to start on my sides. I'm going to take off all my tape, and then I'm going to fold in my sides. And just use your scoring bone just to push that down. Try to push in that corner just a little bit there. And this is really thick. This gift bag is really thick. Like, I thought it was so cute. And I was like, you know, you save gift bags and you don't want to get rid of them. And I was like, because, you know, you're going to reuse them for another gift. But I was like, that's so cute. I want to use it for, for something else. I want to make a little book. So I think it's just really cute and very sturdy. Like, it feels really, really nice. Okay. Make sure that it's all pushed down really good. And if you have a pattern on there that you're trying to get something specific with, like if you wanted to have this word love, you know, you would just try to adjust it to where it's going to fit. But if not, I mean, don't worry about it, because it's just, it's all over the place and it's supposed to be like that. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's it for the cover. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover the inside. Okay, so for our inside pieces, they're going to be 5 1/8 by 7 7/16. And our inside, that's going to cover our spine here. This one is 3 inches by 7 7/16. So get those taped up. Okay, and so I just wanted to say that when you're taping your chipboard or taping your paper, you want to make sure that your tape is butted up together so you don't have these wide gaps, because if you do, you'll start to see those gaps through your cover, and so you want that to be smooth. So make sure when you're taping that chipboard, you're butting up your tape together, and the same for your inside cover. Okay, so now that you have your front and your back inside covers taped up, we'll go ahead and put those on, and we're gonna line up our edge with the edge of the chipboard here, okay? Okay, so we wanna line it up here and pay attention to the top and bottom, just making sure that you're getting your spacing evened out as best as you can. Okay, so we're just going to attach that center piece instead of coil binding that to hide the coil, because what I'm going to do is add a pocket so that this can be a reusable book. So, and just center that as best you can. Try and line it up there on the top. Work in that crease. And I like how this feels so far. It feels really nice. I really like the idea of using a gift bag, especially these thick gift bags. They feel so good. It's so sturdy. It feels just like I have this recipe book that my sister got me, and it's a Kate Spade one, and it feels like that. It has that same feeling, so like it feels just like that material. So I mean, it's pretty sturdy. It's thick, it's smooth. I love how it feels. And the paper that I'm using is for the inside is the Primary Pizzazz, and it's got texture. It's not a solid core though, so that's why you can see some of the white when you cut into the paper. So that's just something to keep in mind, but it is textured on one side, but I mean, it blends nicely. Like, it looks really good. I prefer the solid core textured precision cardstock from Paper Lane, because it's solid core all the way through, so you don't see any of that. It just, I mean, it blends really, really nicely. But this one's nice too. It didn't break on me when I was creasing it. And this is my first time. I made a couple little notebooks with it, but I haven't used it for the inside of a book yet. So this is the first time for that, and I like how it feels. It's textured nicely. The colors are really vibrant, and yeah, I really like this one a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna add a pocket in here. I'm still gonna coil bind, but it's gonna be on its own, so it'll be something that you can take out. But instead of hiding the coil like I did before, I ended up ripping it. For this paper, it just wasn't holding up as I was trying to get the hooks through the second set of holes. So I am just gonna go ahead and do this a little bit differently. I'm just gonna go ahead and coil bind this whole thing. I'm gonna add a back to it of thin chipboard. And I just cut that down to the same size, and I hole punched it as well. So I'm just gonna coil bind this for now, okay? So this is my front page. I'm gonna take my back, and my back cover here, and I'm gonna flip that over to the front, okay? So that's at the front, and now I'm gonna flip the whole thing over like that. And now my coil's gonna go on, and these square ends are gonna go over these hooks right here, okay? And then I'm just gonna start adding this in here. Try not to skip any of your holes. Okay. All right, and so now what we want to do, I'm going to pull this forward. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want those square hooks in the back, not hooks, but the square end. We're going to flip that over, so we want that square end on the top as we go into cinch. And then we want to turn this knob all the way to 12.7, because that's the size coil we're using right now. I think it's a 12 mil. Okay, and it's got like a little magnet in there, so it kind of holds on to the coil, and go ahead and bring the lever down, and then it closes that seam, okay? And so the reason that we wanted our back cover in the front is so now we can flip that over and you don't see the seam anymore. It's hidden back here, okay? So there's no cover on this because it's going into the cover that we made. And as you can see, now that we have coil binded this, it has moved our paper forward. So I will be trimming this off just to even it all up. Okay, so all I did was tape the back side of this on 3 sides, so it'll be the 3 sides. So our book can still slide in this way. Just line that up. Press it down. And now I'm just gonna hold down where I taped and just try to stretch that paper. Now this paper isn't as good as the Park Lane. It's not as strong. It looks really good, but it's not as heavy duty as the Park Lane Precision solid core paper is. Since that tore as I was, pulling it over, the other one I was able to really, the Park Lane one, I was able to really work it over and it didn't even tear. So I took a notch out of each end here, just so, because the tape, when you tape see how thick my tape is? It's about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. So it takes up 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And so this being the same, height as my cardstock in there, obviously I wasn't going to be able to fit that in. So I took a notch out right here and here so that I can still push it in. And it still makes this, removable and refillable. Okay, so that's 4 by 6. And then I'm gonna come in about 1/4 of an inch and score. And this is so that I can get the full width of the pocket inside, which I should have done with my pocket for my notebook, but it's so that I can get the full width of the pocket without the tape getting in the way. Let's score that off. I'm gonna fold that over. And so I folded them down. And now I'm going to tape on that fold on the outside. And I'm going to take a little notch out of the middle and use my 1-inch hole punch. I'm going to do my best to get a center. I got a little notch now. What I should have done was another score here on the bottom. But I'm going to take that up about another 1/4 of an inch. And then we could take out these little corner squares. Okay, so took out those corner squares. I'm going to go ahead and put tape on the bottom here. Fold those down first. Just line it up on the bottom and on the side here, and try not to go into the crease here. Just press it all down. Ouch. Okay. Go inside and press down also. You see we got that pocket, and we actually have the full width of the pocket now that we folded those sides in. So now the tape's not getting in our way, and we can use that pocket all the way end to end. Okay. Which is what I should have done here, and then I wouldn't have had to cut any of this out to fit. But that's okay. It's still gonna work. Cute. I went ahead and like I said, added a pocket here, so we get the full width of the pocket in here. So she's got room to add some little goodies in there. I had some little cards and stuff like that in case she wanted to do some journaling or something like that, you know, just kind of having some fun. So I cut out some of these that came from, you know, another paper pad that I had. So those fit right in there, and it holds a good amount. There's still room to add another pocket if you want to, but this pocket is usable as well. I did cut the paper to do another pocket, but then I thought, oh, well, with this one going in and out, there's not going to be room for this, so I could figure something else out and add another side pocket or something in here. There's lots of little things you can do, but there's still room to just kind of play around with this still and have some fun with it. But put some little cards in here. If you make any little envelopes too, those can go in there. You know, this could just be, you know, for letter writing or something like that. But I think a diary or a journal, I think this is really cool for that. And then just giving some little things to kind of, you know, journal in that and have some fun and make it really cute and whatnot. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. And I must say again and again and again, I absolutely love how the gift wrap paper came out. It just looks so good. I mean, I can't say enough about it. I mean, I just can't stop talking about it. It's just, it's so smooth. It feels like really good quality. And oh, I'm totally doing this again. I'm gonna totally go check out my gift wrap paper, or my gift bag stash, and see if I have any more that are like this material. It's really thick, it's really smooth. And this gift bag, I've had this for like 3 years. My sister bought a gift, and this was the bag that she put it in, and it was a really big, 15 by 15 inch bag. And I kept thinking, oh, that is so cute. What can I do with that? You know what I mean? And I never got rid of it. And I've looked at it from time to time and thought, oh, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. And then I thought, you know what? I'll just make her a little diary out of it and stuff, and, kind of see, or a little journal, whatever, and see how it turns out. If it's going to, feel good on the corners, in the creases, because I mean, those are the areas that are going to get a lot of wear and tear. And it's always the creases that go first, before the corners and stuff. It's almost always the creases, or even just the crease where the corner meets back here is usually like the worst. And I'm like, well, it's holding up. It feels really good. It's thick. You can't really feel the tape underneath it at all. And that's probably because I butted all the tape pieces together so that it would be more of a smoother finish. But I think it came out really, really good. So if you have gift wrap or a gift bag, it's not the regular gift bag that's real papery. It's not like that. This is thick and smooth. So it's a good gift bag, I mean, I've had it for 3 years, and it's been kind of tossed around here and there. And I mean, I was in my garage looking for it, and I had my husband going to look for it, and I'm like, was hoping he didn't throw it away. And I mean, there's barely a little bit of got tape stuff on my hand. There's barely a little bit of a wrinkle right here, and you barely even see that. And I've had this gift bag for a really long time, and he even wiped it all down and cleaned it with alcohol, so it's wipeable. Because I asked him, I was like, did you clean it? I'm sure it was all dusty, whatever. And he cleaned it and everything, and it didn't take the finish off. It didn't mess up the picture or anything like that. It didn't dull it out either or make it look bad. It's still really nice looking. It looks brand new. So yeah, if you got this kind of gift bag, I'm not exactly even sure which gift bag it is, but if I do find another one, I'll have to go look at the pieces I cut off and see if there's like a name on it or anything like that. But I'm not sure where my sister got it, and like I said, it was like 3 years ago. But it's held up really nice, and I think this is going to do great. I think it's going to do really well, and I think she's going to have a lot of fun with it. I was trying to make stationery for it, and for whatever reason, every time I went to print the picture, it would only print like one color, 1 or 2 colors. For whatever reason, it wasn't printing the whole thing. And so that took me a really long time trying to figure out what was going on with that, and I never actually figured it out. But I just said, forget it. I have this paper, I'm not using it. It's all different colors. It looks fun. So I'm just gonna do that, add some of these little cards, and then she could just journal. So it doesn't need to be any like lined paper or specialty stationery, just colorful paper. I mean, that's it. And I don't know, I think it looks super cute, and I think she's really gonna like it. If you got a gift bag that is like this, go make something with it. Make like I said, it feels like my Kate Spade recipe book that my sister got me. It feels just like that. And so I've had that one for probably 3 years also, and it's been used in my kitchen, and I mean it's used all the time, and it's holding up really well. So I think this is gonna hold up really well because it feels exactly the same as that. Like it literally feels exactly the same. So if you got a gift bag like this, go out and use it. It's so fun looking for, you know, a kid, and you know, I'm sure there's nicer ones out there with like a little bit more, you know, mature pattern on them, and I'll be looking for that for sure to see what else I can make. So thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this channel. I really appreciate that. And so that's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one.